Okay, so sorry about that. So sorry. Let's see. Okay, so I was going to share that out to my agency, but yeah, they are not there. So share this out to some of our new and returning friends. And I'm sorry I had to do that, guys. It was glitching really bad. I don't know why. I don't know what was going on. So, hey, I still need to take care of those bagworms or fall webworm, I guess is what it's called. So I got to run in real quick and get my pruners. I forgot I had to do that. I thought I had everything outside that I needed here. It's so dark. Just a moment. I'm gonna get some of my, well, it's not too dark in here. Getting enough reflection. So I have got to grab my pruners. Sorry I'm so close up here. But hey, it's my birthday. You get to look at all my wrinkles and everything. So I'm just gonna leave you guys here on the porch because I have to step out there. Now, guys, this is not my usual time. I normally go live at noon Eastern every day. Last week I was on vacation though, and today is my birthday. So I'm still playing catch up, still, you know, trying to get some of these things done. And I came home from vacation and I had this going on here, and I have a currant bush in the backyard. So I want to get in here. This is grape, and they are not table grapes. They are, I don't want to touch this, but I'm going to take it to my chickens. If I can get the worms to survive until I get to the backyard. I'm not sure. I need to look up if they can have grape leaves, though. I know grape leaves are edible for us, but I just want to get this off of here. I read some conflicting things that were like, oh, you need to get those off of there. Actually, these worms look different than the ones in the backyard. I think these look white. Here, I'll bring a leaf so you can see what I'm talking about. There's worms in there. I don't know if that's going to pick up. See those little worms? Oh yeah, you can see them through the light. So those are going to my chickens, and I'm getting them off of my, totally getting them off of my grapes here. And I've got currants in the backyard, but I won't be able to take you guys with me while I do that one because my phone will glitch. So that is going to my chickens. I'm just going to put it right down here on my front porch. I don't know if the worms will try to escape out of that web or not. But does anybody have any experience with this? I am going to pull a very large piece. There's also like these terrible gnats. And you can probably see them flying all over the place in here. And every time I walk under this, I just feel like I'm getting attacked by these gnats. I don't know if that has anything to do with these or not. So there's all these little black dots in there, and I'll show it to you again here in just a second. I'll get a better. And ew, I just got some gnats in my mouth. And get that off of here. This one is close to a tomato, which I don't think they're the tomato. It was holding the tomato up. Okay. That tomato is going to have to be staked again. So let me show you here. Let's see. There's one on the back here. But basically, they are building this web. There's one right there. Thanks for those likes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And you see there's all these little black specks. I don't even know if the camera's going to pick that up with the lighting that we have. I don't know if that is their poo. I don't know what that is. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much, guys. I try to highlight you when you do that because I really appreciate it. If I missed anybody, I am sorry. I don't have a mod tonight. This is not my normal time. I normally go live at noon Eastern. And thank you, Starlet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Starlet. Guys, as you're coming in, if you would do the heart me, share this out, tap it out, all of those things help. Again, this is not my normal time, but I appreciate you hopping in to see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get rid of this. Trying to get rid of this, what do they call it? Fall bagworm is what Jess said. One of the ladies in our community hopped in when I went live just a few minutes ago. That's why we're building a community, because I don't always know what these things are called. So you can see those right there, and they are just devouring these grape leaves. So some of the things I saw, thank you for those likes so much, Starlet. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, Starlet. So one of the things I read online said, oh, they'll be okay. I mean, this is my paraphrase. It'll be okay. Your leaves will have set for next year before they invade. Well, I'm not really sure about that. There's another one. This one has a lot. It's like each leaf that has them, there's see all of those lines? Those are worms. The sun's like shining through there and highlighting those. Oh, thank you for the roses too. Thank you, Beverly. That's very kind of you. Why don't you come get me? So Starla's making connections. Awesome, guys. So we're building a community of people here who are learning to grow their own food. And I don't just teach you how to grow it. I teach you how to use it. So my subscribers get long form tutorial videos that are subscriber only, teaching them how to can, dehydrate, freeze. You know, a lot of the things that our grandparents and great-grandparents knew that we just don't know anymore, how to cook with them. And that's why I changed my channel, my profile name to Angela's Seeds to Supper, because I've been doing this urban farm thing. Okay, something just flew out of there when I did that. I'm okay until things start flying out. But I don't just want you to learn how to grow things. I want you to learn how to use them, because that's something I didn't know when I started. I didn't know how to do the preserving. My mom had done it when I was young, and I was not interested in it at all. Yeah, thank you, thank you. So Cheryl, thanks for connecting with me. Thank you for those popular, Starlet. That is so helpful. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, you can make connections like Starlet is there. I appreciate that so much. And let's see. Schmidgy, I'll get you hi. That's a great name. I'll get you highlighted in just a second too. Now they're asking me, I don't want to invite anybody. Use BT for worm control, totally organic. I don't know what BT is. Is that something I should know? We were on vacation and I came back and this was like this. And I've got grapes that are just starting. Yeah, that's cute. That's cute, Starlet. I've got grapes that are just starting to ripen and I don't want to lose them. So far, they've not attacked the grapes. It's just the leaves. And they are doing this, it gets really thin and brown, and then they're spinning these webs. So I want to definitely get that off of there. I'm going to go take the worms to my chickens. They will flip their lids. They are going to love it. When we had the big Brood X cicada, the ones that only come every 17 years, that was the first year that I had chickens. They would come out every morning. They got to where they just expected me to give them a whole bunch of cicadas every morning. So, okay, that's just some brown. Kind of hard to tell where to cut this. Now, oops. Okay, one of the worms went into the ground. I don't want to start dropping my grapes. So you can see there, you can see the webbing more, and you can see that worm that's sitting right there on top of that web. So let me see. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you so much, guys. So went to the zoo with the family. I went out with my friend who's my birthday twin. It's not a twin, but we have the exact same birthday. Met each other in our early 40s. Look it up under the name BT. I can't pronounce it. Oh, okay. I will. And it will control the worms. I was just going to cut these off and then spray some neem oil. I mean, neem oil's diluted. Maybe that won't help. But BT, have you tried 7 Dust? Let's see. Let's see. SK Warn KY? Did you say that worm? No, the worms are not cicadas. I was just making a comparison to when my chickens loved having the cicadas every day. Oh, no problem. No problem. Just coming in. So, guys, I don't have a mod tonight, so I'm gonna try to get to your comments and stuff. If anybody else can answer down in there too, feel free to. That's why we're building a community of people who can share their information. I learn more from you all when you keep hopping in to my lives than I ever share with you. And I really appreciate it. Because there's still things that I don't know after all this time. Like, I've never had this happen before. So I didn't know what these were. We just came back from vacation. And when we got back, my black, it's only my black currant, not my red currants, in the backyard, one of them's covered and like the leaves are just very brown. And I didn't see the worms in there until today. I just saw the webbing. And then this just started on here like 2 days ago. So what I read online was just like remove it, get rid of it. I'm going to give the chickens the worms though, because they will love them. I'm not sure I can give them grape leaves, so I need to look that up. I think there's just a few more here. Let me just go ahead and get that one so I can expose this one here. That first one didn't have it on there, but that definitely does. A few more. I'm not seeing any webbing on the other ones, but this one is loaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 little worms. The sun's really good at highlighting those behind there. I would do something with leaves in case there are eggs. Yes, humans can eat the grape leaves, but I know that grapes are toxic for dogs. BT is safe to use, only apply in evening. Okay, that's good to know. That's the same with my neem oil. I only do it in the evening after the bees have gone back home. I will definitely look that up. I do see a couple more leaves here. And I'm just going to have to stay on top of this over the next few days until I'm sure I have eradicated it and there's no eggs, like you said. That one's, so a couple of these are already looking curled. I better go ahead and get them. Right here. This is all hanging down anyway. It's not supposed to be doing that. So, man, I am definitely going to be able to make some grapevine wreaths this year. I'll turn you around in just a second and show you on my front door. I have a perpetual grapevine wreath that I made from my grapevines, and I'm going to be setting up a little front porch farm stand soon, and so this winter I'll definitely be able to do another one of those. And I just change the decorations out every season. super easy to make. I had no clue how easy it was to make a little grapevine wreath. And I have learned, thank you, I've learned from my friend who's a flower farmer that I can do the same with the blackberry canes that I have. I wouldn't use my red raspberry ones because they have thorns. That would not be fun. But those have gone wild. That looks a lot better. I got all of that webby stuff off. I'm just throwing these up on the porch now. And I will take those to the chickens when I'm done. Let me grab the rest of those out here. Now, guys, my name's Angela, and I am an urban farmer in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. I also do TikTok shop. And I do have some products down there, but I'm not highlighting them unless I'm actually like using something. Because then, you know, per TikTok shop rules, if you have something on screen, you're supposed to have it pinned. But I go live normally 12 noon Eastern time. Thanks for hopping in, Connie in progress. Thank you. How many chickens do I have? I have quite a few. I don't really like to say. I have the amount that I can have. I do not have elderberries, Schmidgy. I do not. I wish I had space for them. Actually, I have a couple of little apple trees I need to take down that have never done anything, and that would be a great place for some elderberries. That's a good idea. I need to get that in my head. I would love to have some elderberries. I have a 1/10 of an acre. Let me sit down. I'm getting kind of out of breath because it's hot here, guys. And I have a fan out here. Let me sit down for just a second, and then we'll get busy again. Hi, Tree. Thanks for the follow. And guys, after the live is over, I will connect back with you unless you have a private account, and then I respect your privacy. I won't do that. I have a 1/10 of an acre in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, actually across the Ohio River in what we call northern Kentucky. There's some little cities along the river on the Kentucky side. Elderberry leaves are supposed to make a good insecticide. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know, Schmidgy. I'm gonna pinpoint that. See, this is why I'm building this community, guys. So you guys can come in and teach me your information too. Thanks, Schmidgy. That's very nice of you. So I spent time with my family and my friend today that we share a birthday. And we had dinner and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't get to go live today at my normal time of noon Eastern. But I was like, hey, let's just go this evening. I got to do these chores anyway. And that's what I do at noon. I just bring you guys along as I'm doing my chores. And my subscribers also Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2 p.m. I switch over to and those are all Eastern times. I switch over to a subscriber only live, and you can even get on screen with me, and we just talk about whatever. We've talked about homeschooling. We talked about TikTok shop or going live with TikTok shop. It's just whatever the subscribers want to talk about. That's what we talk about. Also like tips on making content and those kind of things. So if you're interested in a subscription, that's up here. That's that little star up there. It's like $3 a month, I think. And one thing I include that nobody, I don't think it, maybe somebody else in like this genre is doing it. But I include deep dive, long form tutorial content for subscribers only. How to preserve the things you're growing. Hey, thank you for those likes, Freedom X. Thank you so much. How to preserve the things, how to cook, how to bake, how to make pie. I got a hummingbird right there, so I'm a little distracted. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see him. Let's see. Probably not because of my little birthday banner. Okay, he just flew off. I'm sorry, I get distracted when nature shows up. I get real excited. But, you know, sometimes we harvest a bouquet. You saw him. Awesome, Schmidgy. Awesome, awesome. They're like my favorite, right? I also like the yellow finches that land on the sunflowers. But I'm going to be starting my own, like, front porch farm, whatever, stand. And so I'm going to take you guys along as I do that, too. And I do sourdough baking in the live. So we just do a whole bunch of different things. And the subscribers get, like, that deep dive tutorial content. I did not do a video last week because I was on vacation, but I do one long form tutorial video for subscribers every week. And thank you, Freedom X. Thank you so much. And so like the last one I did, I've got 7 up so far. The last one I did was how to water bath canned tomato juice from scratch, from either tomatoes you buy from a farmer or tomatoes you grew yourself. So I walk you through the entire process of how to do it. I can't do that in a 30 to 60 second video, right? And if I'm doing long form content, the algorithm's not going to push it out. So if only 2 people are going to see it, I want it to be 2 people who are genuinely interested in it, not somebody who just happened to, you know, find me on the FYP. But yeah, so today is my birthday. I didn't get to go live at my regular time. So I was like, hey, I got to do these chores anyway. And that's what I do at noon. And y'all are welcome, welcome, welcome to hop in, join in anytime. I do have products down there. Oh, hey, Schmidgy, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Thank you, thank you. There is a subscriber only space. I'm guessing you followed me. I'm not sure, but if you follow me, I'll send you a DM with the link to the subscriber only space. I don't have a Discord yet. I'm going to wait and like set that up when I have at least like 20 or 25 subscribers. And that'll be a place where you guys can, you know, ask more questions, and we can connect with each other more as a community, sharing tips and ideas and all those kind of things. So that's down the road soon, hopefully. But we also, this is not just me, guys. I have people regulars who come in here all the time. Wildflower Farm, Iridescence, Chandra, Jess, and we all, lots of other people too. Shelby Mama. I mean, I just see these same names over and over and over again. And we're all sharing ideas. I raise redworms as well as growing garden. It's fun. And worm casting. Yes. Yes. So Freedom X, that was the other thing I was going to say, guys. I love growing things in small spaces. I started out in an apartment on our apartment patio with pots. Some of the pots I have out here in my yard are the pots that I had 12 years ago on our apartment patio. So if you think, like my little, not mantra, the thing I keep saying over and over again is I truly believe everyone can grow something somewhere. So even if you are in a high-rise building with a balcony, I can teach you how to grow your own lettuce, how to grow your own herbs. Guys, this year I'm going to walk you along step by step as I grow tomatoes inside, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to see, you know, what happens. I've done it before in our apartment, but I did it by bringing in a tomato plant that had been outside. So this time I want to start one from seed. We'll be doing it in my lives. I'll be showing it up, you know, close and in detail to the subscribers. And we're going to, just from start to finish, how do you grow tomatoes inside? How do you grow lettuce inside year round? I'm going to take some clippings of my rosemary. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to take some clippings of my rosemary. And I only have one geranium this year, but I want to overwinter it and multiply it throughout the winter. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do all of those things. And I hope you'll keep coming back. If you can't join me at noon daily, did you know you can rewatch lives? You go into my profile and you know how it'll say like showcase, subscription. I don't remember all those choices, but it's in that same row and it'll say live. And when you click on that live, you can go back and watch my previous lives. I think they keep them for a month. So go back and watch those. And it's not just me. I don't know if you can see the chat though, but people will tell, you know, they'll give ideas, and I try to shout out the ideas that they say. So hopefully you'll be able to catch those even if you're rewatching a live. And I don't think you can see the chat, but I do try to like call out, oh, hey, Iridescence said to get those little flea beetles or whatever they're called off of your corn. Oops, I just glitched. Sorry. Thanks for those likes, Freedom X. To get those little beetles off of your corn, one day she dropped in here and she was like, set a little bowl of cat food or dog food out next to your corn and those little flea beetles will go for that instead. And you don't have to spray your corn. So, you know, I try to do organic as much as possible. Somebody mentioned 7 earlier. I haven't looked into that too much. I know my parents used it a lot when I was growing up. I don't know if that's organic or not. I just try to do as organic as possible. Obviously, I can't do like 100%. I'm not certified organic. Just to the best of my ability, I do things as organically as possible. Just because I'm sensitive to a lot of additives and colorings and pesticides and, all those things. So yes, smidgy, yes, none of us need that. It causes inflammation. I'm not going to get like into different theories and everything, but we all know, just there's the hummingbird again. I thought it would be going to bed by now, but so Monsanto, all you gotta do is look up Monsanto for, the glyphosate and stuff that they spray on our wheat, and, they're spraying it on corn and all the GMO stuff. So it's not good. It's not good. So I try to avoid that stuff as much as possible. Hey, when you spray the BT spray 3 days later to get the hatch. Oh, okay. So if any eggs, I'm interpreting here Freedom X, but I think what you're saying is like you spray it and then you spray it again 3 days later in case any eggs hatched in the meantime. Yes. Okay. Awesome. I thought that's what you were saying. Awesome. Pardon me. I'm going to take a drink. So, yeah, some of the things that we do that you'll see if you go watch those lives in my profile, you can see the last 30 days of lives. Now, I did go live once on vacation last week, and that was for a sunrise in Galveston, Texas. So if you want to go see that, that's in there from last week. But I don't even know what I said. We're just sitting out or standing out on the beach watching the sunrise. But all the other ones are gardening, and we talk a little TikTok shop sometimes. It just depends on if I'm using a product. Like I've got my Vivor sprayer, my stainless steel sprayer sitting right here. As soon as the sun starts to go down, which I'm in less than an hour now, but I'm going to go around and do my fertilizing, and it's got the neem oil. And pretty much this time of year, I'm just spraying the ground. Pardon me, the only reason I put the neem oil in there was because I saw this worm stuff earlier today. And then when I did some research, it was like, cut it and remove it. So I'm probably not even going to spray that on my grapes. But the thing with neem oil, and I had some in my showcase, guys, but it's all sold out. So I couldn't even put any in here tonight. But if you can find neem oil, it's a concentrate. It's kind of disputed amongst organic people because it can harm your beneficial pollinators too. So I never spray any blooms, any flowers this time of year when so many things are flowering. I try to keep it low on the ground unless I just see like some horrible bug infestation, and then I'll spray it like on these grape leaves. But with neem oil, you can spray and literally eat it the same day. So it is a natural compound. I want to preserve grape. I do too, Schmidgy. I do too. My husband loves those. He loves to make what they call dolmas with the grape leaves. And I just, every year, the prime time just flies by, and I miss getting them done. Now, a friend told me a few years ago, putting a grape leaf in your pickles, which I haven't pickled in like 3 or 4 years because I had knee replacements one year and I had to take a sabbatical. But then my cucumbers didn't grow last year. They're not growing this year. You can eat it the next day, Freedom X. That's awesome. That's awesome. I definitely need to look into that. Definitely. But those grape leaves you can drop, and she was right. Like you drop a grape leaf in your pickles and it keeps them crisp. And I didn't finish what I was saying. It keeps them crisp. It works. Now, I don't know if it's going to keep them crisp if you keep them on your shelf for 5 years, but if you eat them within the next year, it helps keep them crisp instead of using like that crisper that might have, yes, Schmidgy, that's awesome. That's awesome. So instead of like maybe, using that, that crisper that I don't even know what's in that stuff. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's perfectly harmless, but I just don't know. So, yeah, guys, if you want to go back, I forget to tell people that, but if you want to go back and watch any of the lives where we've baked and cooked and preserved and done all of those things, you're welcome to. And Schmidgy and anybody else who is a sub, you've got those deep dive tutorial videos as well. And they say sub only on my content. And when you get in that sub only space, they're all there together. You don't have to search through all of my videos. There's 7 different ones showing you different things. And once a month, I try to do, oh, thanks, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. I try to do a urban farm tour just because with my phone overheating, I can't do that during a live. So I just do a video so that because it changes every month, right? Your garden and your farm change every month depending upon what's growing in season. So one of the things that I'm probably not going to get to it tonight because I have so much still to do tonight. I need to get the worms off of my stuff in the backyard. That's probably going to, it's in my BIO, but it is noon Eastern time, and I go usually noon to 2, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2 p.m. I switch over to a sub only live, so you definitely can hop in that as well. And we just talk about whatever the subs that are in there want to talk about. One day it was homeschooling, one day it was TikTok Shop, one day it was going live with TikTok Shop. It was one day we talked about setting up a little farm stand on your porch or in your front yard, you know, the logistics of how to do that. Because that's something I'm going to be new doing. So you're welcome to do that at any time, and that's every day. So Sunday through Saturday, I go live at noon, and I'm going to start doing like some pop-up in the evening. I just don't want to set a specific what time is it there right now. So it is 7:52 Eastern time right now. I normally go at noon. Today I didn't because it was my birthday, and last week I was off because of vacation. But so I wanted to pop up, you know, do a pop-up live today, and I am going to start doing that when I can. I just can't commit to doing it every evening because of family stuff. So I have one other thing I need to get done very soon here. These are, and I will pin this for just a second if I can find it. I might not be able to find it real quick, but they are saffron. They will grow saffron. So they are, let me get the paper here, Sativus crocus. And I probably won't be able to find it. I've got so many products in here. It's going to be, oh, there we go. They are from She's Rooted Home. I have her, oh, thank you, Schmidgy. Thank you. So 3 hours different in Oregon. Yes. And Freedom X, Jess, who is one of our regulars in here, she hops on from Oregon as well. They are Schmidgy. They are. But they are, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You get 12 of them. And they will duplicate just like bulbs, you know, just like tulip bulbs or daffodil bulbs or whatever. And she said you don't have to separate them for 4 years, but they will you'll get more and more each year. They are they're not the springtime crocuses. They are a fall crocus, so I need to get them planted now. They are $35 for 12 of them. But then you harvest, like I should get a harvest this year. And saffron is the most expensive spice in the world, right? Because it's all done by hand. They have to be picked by hand. So like you can go to a search engine and look, but if I recall, I hope I'm not misquoting, I hope I'm not exaggerating. If I am, I apologize, but you know, do your own research. I thought one time I read you could pay up to $5,000 a pound for saffron. Now, that's a lot of saffron because they're just the little strands of, oh shoot. They're inside, what is that part called? Okay, so first of all, these are not necessarily called bulbs, they're called corms. And I bought these. These were not a sample. I've wanted to do this for years, and I have her sourdough starter, and her sourdough starter is so good. I was like, okay, now I trust her because the sourdough starter is so good, and I've wanted to do this for a long time. So, okay, it's the crimson stigmas out of the middle. I wanted to make sure I had the right word. So if you see the crocus, that crimson stigma and you'll get a few in each flower. That's the saffron. So when you buy saffron, mail order, Costco, wherever you get saffron, that's what you're getting. Those all have to be harvested by hand. So you can do it in raised beds, containers, or in the ground, but she recommends planting them straight into the ground because it requires little water and no extra nutrients. They'll grow just fine in raised beds and containers. Plant them just the same. And my thought was, though, I'm in Grow Zone 6B, and she kind of groups Grow Zones 4 to 6 together and says they might need a little mulching, not a lot, but they just might need a little bit. And my concern was if it's in a raised bed, I might have to mulch them more. And oh, Marlo, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going at a different time, Marlo, because I wasn't live all last week because of my vacation. And then today's my birthday and I was doing things with family and friends. And so we were all done and I was like, hey, I got to do my chores anyway. So I'll just bring everybody along. But then she has instructions for Grow Zone 7 and 8 and Grow Zones 9 and 10. If you don't know your Grow Zone, all you got to do is go to a search engine and put in your zip code. It will say, what is my Grow Zone in zip code blank? And it will tell you. And we have had people all the way from Grow Zone 4 down to Grow Zone 10B in here. So if I don't know specific to your Grow Zone, what your conditions are and what you might need, there might be somebody in here who does. That's why I love building this community. So let's see. And we have several people in Grow Zone 6B in here, and they're from Pennsylvania to southern Minnesota. I'm Cincinnati, Ohio area, all the way over to Springfield, Missouri. So even those conditions just in one Grow Zone can be very different, right? 4B, and Marlo's our 4. I think she's the only 4 we've ever had in here. Guys, I love TikTok. I even had somebody who was from Australia hop in I think it was a Saturday morning, and he was like, what are you growing? Because I have 10,000 acres of wheat. And I was like, okay, you win. You win. And then I was like, is that all you grow? And he's like, no, I grow corn. I grow chicken corn, which we would call like feed corn. And he had cattle. I think he had barley. He had like several things. And I was like, wow, you have a massive farm. And he was like, just under 1 million acres. I'm like, goodness gracious. And here I am on 1/10 of an acre thinking I'm hot stuff, right? Freedom X, awesome. So Jess, when she hops in, she's in 8B, Oregon as well. And she's public about that. Thank you, Marlo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So anyway, if any one of you guys have grown crocuses before, I would love to hear your experience, your tips, because this is a new adventure for me. And again, I bought these. These were not a sample. I'm just promoting these because I'm excited about it. And I'm going to take you guys along as I do it. It's probably going to have to wait until tomorrow because I have to finish getting these worms out to my chickens. And then I've got to get my fertilizing done before it gets completely dark here. I've still got about 45 minutes though, before the sun completely goes down. So we've still got a little bit more time. I'll probably about 8:15, 8:20 wrap up here. So if you guys have any tips on, and I know this is mirrored right now, so I know you guys can't see that, but it's Sativus crocus. I got some last year and forgot about them and the little bull things. Ah, Marlo, that's why I want to get these in the ground. And she says plant them in August and they'll come up late August. I guess in some Grow Zones in subsequent years they'll like bloom in August. I'm thinking mine will be more like the September, October, but she says I should get a harvest this year. So I'm excited. I think you can get maybe three or 4 stigmas per flower. I'm seeing in her drawing she's got 3. So I thought it was like 3 to 4 stigmas per. And oh, guys, I don't know if this happens for everybody. And I missed my I missed my coupon, but when I bought these, like, I think that right before when they were delivered, or right before, it was right around when they were delivered. I don't know the exact day, but I got a coupon for, it's either $5 or $10 off of another set, and I missed the coupon. Like, I totally wish I would have done it, because this is an investment. Like, I can take a pretty small space. Thank you, Marlo, for those. Thank you so much. I can take a pretty small space on my urban farm here and like turn around and sell these, or make things for my little farm stand I'm going to do that have saffron in them, and charge pretty well. So for me, this is an investment. And Marlo, thank you so much for those populars too. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you, friend. Thank you so much. And like, they're going to, just like tulip bulbs and things, like they multiply, you know, each year you're going to have more come back. Now, I don't know the first year if they will, but then she says at 4, you don't have to dig them up and separate them until the 4th year. So I'm excited that for 4 years, they're going to be hands off other than, you know, harvesting them. And she says you don't need to, they don't require much water or nutrition. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe once, maybe twice a year, just doing a little bit of fertilizer, just when I'm spraying other things, not overdo it too much. Take care, Angela. Catch you later. It's been fun. Thank you. Thank you, Freedom X. Join us anytime you're available. And I hope you followed me so that you'll see when I go live. Thanks. I'm going to unpin this so I can start pinning your comments again, guys. So what all have you guys been harvesting at your places? Thank you, Freedom X. Thank you so much. I'm pretty much inundated with peppers and tomatoes right now. My whole counter is full of tomatoes, but that's kind of normal. Last year it wasn't. Last year I didn't have that many. But we got 3 pounds, right at 3 pounds today or this evening, of tomatoes, peppers, getting a few green beans. These are Kentucky Wonder pole beans. Starting to get a few of those. I did harvest a small green bell pepper. Awesome. Zucchini. Awesome. So Marlo, I went on vacation and those squash borer beetles got the rest of my zucchini. So I had bought 4 plants at the beginning of the season. Those all didn't make it. I don't even know what happened to them. And then I knew you meant no. That's awesome. And then the squash borers got the other 6 that I started in July. But my flower farmer friend that I had, she and I were born on the exact same day. 2 states apart, didn't meet until we were in our early 40s. And for like, we calculate it's been like the last 12 years. On our birthday or right around it, we get together for a sunrise breakfast picnic out down by the Ohio River. Yes, they are Schmidgy. That's why I wanted my own zucchini. She told me, because I had seen on her Instagram a few years ago that she was planting them later, all of her squash and her pumpkins and things, starting them later. Awesome, Marlo. Awesome. That's great. Congratulations. I bet it's delicious. I bet it's absolutely delicious. And she said she covers the squash and the pumpkins when they first go out, you know, trying to keep those squash borer. I don't know if you guys have these or not where you are. But they literally get in that stem of the squash plant. And then she said, like 2 years ago, for her pumpkins, she like did more research, and you can literally take an X-Acto knife and slice open, just lengthwise, slice open that stem that's going in. Thank you, Asian Silk Prince. Thank you. And you can slice it open, and there will be a grub in there, and you can get it out of there, dispose of it, and that will heal up and take care of those squash borer beetles. Hello from Houston, Texas. Well, I was just down in Houston, Texas last week, Asian Silk Prince. I was just down there on vacation, Houston and Galveston, a few days at each. I love that area. So thanks for hopping in. I love Houston. I would live down there if I could. Especially with a beach only like an hour and a half away. So zucchini. What do you guys do with your zucchini? I know, no, I'm not in Texas, Asian silk prints. I'm Cincinnati, Ohio area. So dehydrated zucchini. What else do you guys do with your zucchini? I did have several of the yellow summer squash. You shred and freeze. I did that with some of my yellow summer squash. I was thankful to get it since I didn't get any zucchini. I shred and froze it. And then with that new vacuum sealer thing that I have for the bags, it's for the bags, I did some in slices and then vacuum sealed it like to put in for zucchini chips. I've never tried those. That sounds yummy. Do you flavor them like with different seasoning? Yeah, Marlo. So I'm excited because then I can just like take those out of the bag frozen and like throw them in stir fry. Or I did some slices and I did some chunks, like, you know, like strips, chunks, not quite julienne, but like a thicker, just for different recipes. I thought that would be fun to have this winter. Yeah, I wish I'd gotten zucchini because my aunt had an amazing, I was going to make it for my sub-only video or do it in a live sometime. She had an amazing chocolate zucchini cake. Maybe I'll go to a farmer's market and buy a zucchini or see if my friend has one I can buy from her. She won like her county fair prize one time. I mean, it's absolutely delicious. Well, you can make it, she always did hers as a bundt cake. My aunt she always had so many zucchini every year. She would like freeze 20 of these cakes already baked. And every event, every family gathering, you know, she would thaw one out and ice it with like cream cheese icing, homemade cream cheese icing. And everybody just, you know, made such a big deal about her. Fabulous. I buy mine at the farmer's market. Awesome, Schmidgy. Well, there's my sign that I need to go. The one we normally go to, it'll be next Saturday or Sunday. Yes, I definitely need to do that. So anyway, but I have made them also, that recipe I've made as muffins. And so it's even easier to freeze and less time to thaw. But I don't know if you guys have ever made jar cakes where you bake them in your canning jars. And then after they're baked, you wipe off the lid and you put a new clean seal or like lid on it and ring, and it'll seal. So like I've been able to keep those in the jar. I just do either a half pint or a pint jar of those. Always want to do wide mouth if you're doing a pint jar. And of course the little jelly jars, the little half pint jars, they're straight too. You just want to be able to get it out when you're done. But yeah, you just, I don't even remember if I greased that one because it has oil in it. But just to be safe, I usually grease things like that with lard. You know, just do like a thin layer of lard. I wouldn't do butter. Lard or an oil you're comfortable using with. Bake it in there. And then, yeah, you can do some research on that app where you PIN things. That's where I found out how to do it. And I've done pumpkin bread that way. I've done those chocolate zucchini cake that way. And I've done just like regular zucchini bread that way. And then you just, when it comes out, you just wipe down the lid with like a damp cloth with some white vinegar on it just to make sure it's clean. Put a clean lid on it. Put on the ring and make sure it's just finger tight, and they'll seal. Like as they cool, they'll seal. And if it doesn't seal, you just put it in the fridge and that's the first one you eat, right? I've done that for a few years now and very tasty. Even took some pumpkin bread that way to our small group a couple years ago and they freaked out. They're like, how in the world did you can bread? I'm like, oh, it's the easiest thing ever. Do a little research, but if I remember right, it's about 2/3 You're on the right path, Schmidgy, because you got to make sure that as it rises, it doesn't go above the top of the lid. Now, I have had them do that, and I just take a really sharp knife and, get that off of the top really quick when it comes out of the oven. Don't want it to cool off yet. I've just taken like a serrated knife or something right across the top of the lid, or the very top of the jar, and like just pulled that off real quick, and then wipe off the top of the jar, put that clean lid on it and the ring, and they'll still seal. But yeah, do your research, but my own personal choice. I'm not advocating anything that goes against any kind of like normal protocol, but I've had pumpkin bread on the shelf for almost 2 years, and you open it up and it's perfectly fine. So, make your own choices after your own research. I got to say all of that. But you can find recipes and instructions online on how to do it. It's like an easy way that I used up some zucchini a few years ago. And I usually always have a lot of pumpkin. So that's another easy one to do. I'm not going to have a lot of pumpkin this year because none of my pumpkin plants have survived. Except for 2 on the side of the house, and that's what I get to get sprayed tonight with the neem oil. Because I don't have an X-Acto knife on hand to get that little grub out of there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead. My mom she taught me a lot. Was a la World War II survivor. Oh, okay. Yeah. My parents just always did this kind of stuff. My mom didn't really teach me how to do it, but like her mom didn't do it. She'd done it when she was younger, but like when I knew my grandma, she didn't do this kind of stuff. But my parents always had a garden. My mom always spent her entire summer canning, usually green beans and tomatoes. That was primarily what she did. But I love having like meals in a jar on the shelf. So I learned how to can meat because we buy, yes, Schmidgy, that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Well, you're going to have a lot of information to help our community then. That's great. Boy, is it, yes, absolutely. So I might be having a package dropped off here. I see a delivery van. But when I learned how to can meat, it was like nice to just have like taco meat ready to go on the shelf, or meat to throw in spaghetti, just ready on the shelf. There's some of the things down the road I want to be able to teach you guys in our, and with our subscriber only videos. Hi, thank you so much. You too. I don't know. I think it's a TikTok shop thing, or it's my daughter's thing. Oh, no, I know what it is. I'll grab it real quick. This is something I bought. These are, and let's see, I bought them on TikTok. I think I did, but you can see where it came from. But I bought them on TikTok. They are little bags for when I start my little farm stand on my front porch, so I can put cookies or scones or whatever in them. And they've got like little stickers to close them and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm amazed at how many of my TikTok things come from there. A lot of them. So guys, thank you for joining me. Schmidgy, it was very nice to meet you. I hope I see you back and drop into some of those sub-only videos, and, throw your comments and your suggestions and stuff in there too. Because guys, I learn from you. I learn from you more than you guys ever learn from me, because there's so many people who, thank you so much, Schmidgy. Well, got to finish up my chores, got to go around the whole place and get these worms taken care of and get things sprayed and fertilized. But thanks for joining me in this pop-up live. You can definitely check out our noon Eastern daily live. This is the kind of stuff we do. Yes, we do learn from each other, Smidgy, and that is so important to me. So come back anytime, join us. If you can't make it then, go watch those lives. You can find them under that little live icon on my profile. And I hope to see you guys again real soon tomorrow. Bye-bye.